Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Melanie on Demand. For those who are new here, I am Melanie, and just like you who's watching this, I once dreamed of coming to Canada, and now I am living the dream. I was an international student in 2017, then became a foreign worker in 2019, and finally a permanent resident in 2020. In this channel, I share some tips and tricks about the international student to PR pathway to help you make your Canadian dreams come true. We are still in our Alberta versus Nova Scotia video series together with MC Guzman from SLE Canada. We've gone a long way since we started this video series. We've already covered the geography, schools, part-time work, and living conditions in both provinces. And now, this final part is focused on the most important aspect, the PR pathways, particularly AINP versus AIPP. This video is about AIPP or Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. We will hear MC's thought about AIPP, and after that, I will share with you the step-by-step process of this pathway. So make sure you watch until the end. AIPP is the second topic in this part. The first one was about AINP Express Entry Stream, and then for the final video in this series, the International Students Ultimate Comparison Guide for AINP versus AIPP. Thank you so much for supporting my channel and watching my videos. Like before, I hope this video adds value to you. If it does, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this to your friends. Enjoy! Before we move on to the interview, please take note that since this is the continuation of the video series, my interview with MC here in this video was recorded about a year ago. Yes, there have been a few changes with AIPP and the immigration pathways, but don't worry, I will pinpoint those for you. But I still think that the thought process that we have here is still valid and applicable nowadays. So I decided to still publish this interview. Also, this is in Tagalog, our native language in the Philippines. But don't worry, for those non-Tagalog speakers, I will include English subtitles for you to understand. And if you are interested with a step-by-step process of AIPP, you can jump into that section by clicking the timestamps in the description box below.
Ganun din sa Nova Scotia, meron sila na AIPP yan, kilala siya sa Nova Scotia, hindi lang sa Nova Scotia, sa Atlantic provinces. So PI, New Brunswick, tapos sa North Atlantic, so may AIPP. But then again, AIPP is a pilot program. So, pwede siyang i-extend, pwede siyang itigil. So, depends sa ano ba yung performance ng program for this year, kung i-extend ba siya for another year. Okay. Nung time ko noon, 2019, in-extend siya. So, may history na in-extend yung pilot program.
Yes, MC is right. AIPP is just a pilot program when it started. But since early this year, IRCC announced that AIPP is not just extended, but is now considered a permanent immigration program. We'll discuss more about this later.
Tapos, syempre hindi ako na PR through AIPP, pero ni-research ko na yan noon pa lang, bago pa ako mag-aral. Kaya ako nag-Nova Scotia, yung pala yung main reason ko noon, kaya ako nag-Nova Scotia. Nakita ko na yung AIPP. So sabi ko, gusto ko sa Nova Scotia, madali lang, kasi nga, CLB4. Tapos, yung education mo, basta nag-aral ka ng 2 years, pasok ka na sa International Graduate Stream. Job offer lang ang kailangan mo. Yun na yun. Hindi kahahanapan ng past experience. So, yun yung mga tipong sa mga estudyante na walang related experience. Mga fresh graduate, pag wala kang experience, kasi kinukonsider kasi pag sa PR, ang foreign experience, di ba? So, kung wala kang foreign experience, maybe consider AIPP kasi international graduate stream. May job offer ka, okay ka na. Tapos, ang international graduate stream din is mababa ang English, mababa din ang ang hihingin sa'yo na proof of funds. Kasi minsan, di ba, kailangan. Pagka sa federal skilled, I'm not sure ha, pero alam ko 13,000 pag single applicant. So, parang mataas siya. Pero yun nga, compare sa AIPP, parang 3,000 lang sa isang tao. So, kaya minsan, yung estudyante, although minsan wala silang 3,000 Canadian dollars, so nag-iipon. Kaya kayo, mag-ipon na kayo habang pag-graduate na kayo para pag-graduate nyo, may job offer na kayo, apply na kayo. Kasi hahanapin yung proof of funds mo eh. Very straightforward ang AIP. Yun nga lang, kailangan kang i-endorse ng employer mo. So, employer-driven yung program.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. Kahit yung international graduate stream?
Oo, kailangan designated yung employer mo. So, may list sila. Dati yun, hindi nila pinapakita yung list. Ngayon na lang nila nirelease yung list. So, ngayon, makikita mo na ngayon kung sino yung mga designated employers. Tapos, si employer, kailangan kanilang i-endorse para ma-PR ka. So, very dependent siya sa employer.
Oh, really? Okay. So, I think in that way, AIPE stream is very independent of everybody.
Kaya ako Canadian experience class. Kasi, that will only, parang focus lang lahat sa experience mo, sa age mo.
Exactly.
So, hindi ka nakadepende sa employer mo. Although, kailangan mo pa rin yung job offer, pero hindi yung tipong kailangan i-work permit ka pa nung employer mo pag na-expire na yung visa mo, mga ganon. So, ganon yung sa AIPP. Minsan, hindi ka pa na-PR, kailangan ka pang i-issuehan ng work visa, mako-close permit ka dun sa employer mo.
That is if they're willing to, right?
Oo. So, kailangan kang
i-endorse. If they're not willing to, then...
Oo. Kasi maraming estudyante
so, ganun pala yun. So, sinasabi mo, madali yung requirements,
madali
yung eligibility. Pero yung processing, medyo matagal.
Oo, kasi meron akong na-encounter na, although may employer, yung employer naman yung mabagal kumilos. Diba?
That's right, oo. Kasi walang urgency sa part nila eh.
Yes. Hindi yung katulad na kung CEC ka, ikaw lahat, sa'yo, na hawak mo yung oras mo, hawak mo yung ikaw mag-submit, nasa'yo lahat. Hindi katulad ng AIPP, kailangan mo mag-adjust sa employer mo. Tapos meron din naman ang Nova Scotia na mga katulad ng AINP na parang nominee program. Meron din naman sila.
Okay.
Meron silang on-demand, may mga ganun sila. Tapos may express entry din sila. As far as I know, madali ka ding ma-nominate doon. So, marami kang option. May provincial nomination.
Okay. So, there is another option.
Yeah, may
aside from
AIPP ka. Okay. At meron ka ding Canadian experience class na pwedeng mong option. Sa case ko, doon ako na-qualify. Kasi nga, wala na ako sa Atlantic. So, although nag-aaral ako sa Nova Scotia, kung wala na ako doon at ang job offer ko ay nandito sa British Columbia, dito ako mag-apply ng PR. So, kung saan ako qualify, yung job offer mo.
Pero you didn't undergo provincial nominee program, di ba? So, it doesn't have, you don't have to be in Nova Scotia or, actually, kahit nasan ka. Kasi ang stream mo ay Canadian experience class, di ba?
So, federal level siya. Kumbaga, kung saan ka pang lupalop ng Canada, pwede ka.
Thank you for that information.
Yes!
Ayun! Let's summarize the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program process, or AIPP. This PR pathway is exclusive for applicants who intend to settle in 4 Atlantic provinces, namely Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, and Newfoundland and Labrador. It is called pilot program because initially this is just a temporary program designed to help employers in Atlantic Canada hire qualified foreign candidates to fill labor shortages in the region. Furthermore, the federal government encourages applicants to stay permanently in their chosen provinces. Hence, this pathway is not just handing out work permit, but leads directly to PR status. AIPP was launched in March 2017 for an initial 3-year run, but because of its popularity, it's extended until December 31, 2021. The most important update in this video is the switching of AIPP from being a temporary program to a permanent program. This was confirmed early this year and can be seen from the AIPP homepage. According to this, it will continue to be a flagship regional economic immigration program, complementing the provincial nominee programs in each Atlantic province. Looking at this table, from Canada 2021 to 2023 Immigration Levels Plan, AIPP is still included for 2022 and 2023. This is a great news for all aspiring applicants, especially for international students who are just planning to start their program this year. You can find the link in the description box below if you want to read more about this. The very first thing that you have to do is to check your eligibility to AIPP. There are 3 programs in this pathway, namely Atlantic High Skilled Program or AHSP, Atlantic Intermediate Skilled Program or AISP, and Atlantic International Graduate Program or AIGP. Each program has a specific targeted skill job market, and the eligibility criteria are unique. I will not be covering the requirements in this video, so just check the link in the description box below for more information. I will make a separate video for this purpose, so make sure you're subscribed to my channel and click the bell for notification so you won't miss it. After your self-assessment, the process for the 3 programs are similar. Not exactly the same, but similar. To the best of my knowledge, I will try to break it down for you. Again, just a reminder that I'm not a licensed immigration consultant, and this information is just based on my research. This program is known to be employer-driven, meaning you'll need the participation of an employer to facilitate your application. And not just an ordinary employer, but a designated employer. The process of employer designation happens in the background. As an applicant, you do not have to worry about that. You just have to make sure that the employer you're applying to is included in the designated employer list as per the province. Here's for Nova Scotia, for Prince Edward Island, for New Brunswick, and for Newfoundland and Labrador. Links in the description box below. This step is probably the hardest and the most tedious part of the process. You have to make sure your application stands out among all the other candidates from all over the world. Ensure that you're eligible to the job that you're applying to and that your resume is tailored fit to the job vacancy to increase your chance of being noticed. Referral system also works great in this stage. Pull all the strings that you have in order to land that interview. Next, secure a job offer from a designated employer. After rounds of interviews, designated employers identify the successful candidate and provide them with job offer. For each program, there are different requirements for the job offer as summarized here. In order to proceed to the next step, you as an applicant should receive these 2 documents from your employer. Completed IMM 5650 form entitled Offer of Employment to a Foreign National, Atlantic Immigration Pilot. This form should be signed by both parties, employer and you as the employee. Second is the confirmation of designation. Just to clarify, this pathway is LMIA exempt, so the job offer doesn't have to be under LMIA. Once you got the copy of these documents, you can proceed to the next step, creating a settlement plan. What is a settlement plan? A settlement plan is a personalized guide for newcomers to help them adjust and integrate easier here in Canada, in the case of AIPP, in the Atlantic region. Its main goal is to increase migrant retention in the province, thereby contributing to the success of the program. It is a collaborative effort between the federal government, as represented by the accredited settlement service providers, and the designated employer to ensure that the applicant will find suitable housing, transportation, and relevant support during the adjustment period. As an applicant, you cannot create a settlement plan by yourself. You or your employer need to connect to an accredited settlement service provider that will help you prepare the settlement plan document. There is a list of accredited providers in the CIC website, link in the description box below. Also, take note that this is a free service. No money should be collected from you for this stage. Once you got a copy of your settlement plan, send it to your employer. The next steps are for endorsement. Your designated employer should complete the provincial endorsement application and send it to the province for approval. This is a waiting game for you as an applicant. Based on my research, some employers are quick to accomplish this step. Some aren't as fast. Clearly, this step shows that this program, AIPP, is employer-driven because your endorsement application to the province will be coming from your employer. In this step, the designated employer should submit a copy of a job advertisement to prove that the job was advertised but no successful candidate was found locally. The province will verify the foreign worker eligibility to one of the 3 AIP programs. They will examine the applicant's documents such as English test, educational credential assessment, settlement plan, and employment letters proving NOC code, if applicable. If all goes well, the application will be approved and the province will send a certificate of endorsement to the applicant. This is the golden ticket that allows the applicant to apply for permanent residence. Provincial endorsement is valid for 6 months after the date of issuance. No extensions will be granted, so the PR application should be submitted to IRCC before the endorsement letter is expired. If all the documents comply with the permanent residency requirements, the candidate should be able to get permanent residency in about 6 months. Once the candidate gets approved for provincial endorsement, there is an option to apply for a temporary work permit so the candidate can start working for the designated employer. This is concurrent with the PR application. And bonus part, the spouse or common law partner can also work under open work permit. There are rules to this, so to learn more, check CIC website link in the description box below. So there you go. That's my attempt of explaining the AIPP process. To summarize, there are 3 major points that I want you to take home from this video. Point 1. AIPP eligibility requirements. AIPP requirements are much simpler compared to other PR streams. With more relaxed eligibility requirements such as lower English test score, lower educational credentials, and lower proof of funds, it is no doubt that AIPP is a good choice for permanent residency pathway. But it is not that simple. This drives me to point number 2. AIPP is an employer-driven stream. This means that you need the participation of an employer in order to proceed with the application. This can be good or this can be bad. If the employer is ready to help, your application can go fast and smooth, but otherwise, there could be delays. There are other streams that are not employer-driven, such as Canadian Experience Class, CEC, or some provincial nominee program like AINP EE stream. Point 3. Settling in Atlantic provinces. Before you apply to this stream, think long-term. Do you really want to work and live in the Atlantic provinces? Don't just apply for the sake of getting permanent residency. That will defeat the purpose of this program, which is to find immigrants that will settle in the Atlantic provinces. Give the chance to other people who truly wants to stay and lay their roots there. Nevertheless, this pilot program, which is now considered a permanent program, had helped a lot of applicants since its conception. So don't forget to check the eligibility requirements. If this is good for you, do your research, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next successful applicant in this pathway. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and tell me what you think in the comment section below. This is Melanie On Demand. I'll see you on my next one. Bye!